Hello and welcome to our podcast. I'm Marisa.
I'm Mariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. Just as a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and mature themes.
For good lead time podcast.
Oh, wow.
Go.
Good? Okay.
Good lead time podcast. For all families. My words are eloquent. For a family-friendly podcast about Nancy Drew, that is, go to Her Interactive's very own Unlocked.
Unlocked.
Or I guess it's a family-friendly podcast in general, but you know, if you want one specifically about, like, they're not gonna be talking. I don't know why my mouth just keeps wanting to say Zaboomafoo. I don't know why they'd be talking about Zaboomafoo, but there's a Zaboomafoo podcast.
There are probably plenty of Zaboomafoo podcasts. If not, time to corner the market.
If not, what are we doing with this technology?
Okay. So, what are we talking about today, sister? That's not Zaboomafoo.
I was gonna say, well, it's an odd-numbered episode. Therefore, it's our second one of the night. Therefore, that means it's probably gonna be a bunch of stuff. But mainly, we're talking about our favorite character designs.
We are. We're talking about character designs that we like, based on either we just think they look neat, or if we think they really show the personality of the character.
Yeah.
I also want to bring up, what was I going to talk about? Oh, first I want to talk about villains. Yeah. And their trend in Her Interactive to base the villain of the game off of a real-life celebrity.
Yeah.
What's that about? Her Interactive. What is that about? Let's start. Let's just go, like, Curse of Blackmore Manor. Not Curse of Black. The one after that. Clock. Secret of the Old Clock. I'm like, Jesus, what am I...
I thought you were going to be talking about, but then I was very confused.
Secret of the Old Clock. She looks just like Joan Cusack. Don't tell me she doesn't, because she does. She looks like you took Joan Cusack, specifically in Addams Family Values, and traced her and made her a redhead.
She looks melted.
Am I wrong, though?
No, but she looks like if Joan Cusack melted.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Terrible.
Also, Victor from Deadly Device. Yeah. His character art, concept art, literally is a picture of, like, they legit traced this. It's the same lighting and everything as a picture of Jeff Bridges in Iron Man.
Yep. It's 100% just that picture.
It literally just is. And then, like I was saying in our last episode, Secret Spy, Ewan, literally just looks like the character art looks like they traced David Tennant.
Yeah.
There was another one that I was thinking of that I can't remember anymore.
I'm sorry.
But yes, it's a trend, and I know. I've noticed.
Yeah, we see what you're doing.
So, now we know if in the future someone looks like a celebrity,
the bad guy.
That's just that first part. Now let's get into the actual character designs. I'm going to go first.
Okay.
So we both picked 4 characters to talk about that we really liked their design of.
Yeah.
I want to first talk about Mel from One Rings at Waverly Academy. So a lot of the characters in that one are really weird looking, including Mel. She's weird looking. Like they gave them all weird, like, eyes and proportions. But what I really like about her character design is that despite the fact that they make all of the characters in this one wear uniforms, they still made her personality shine through.
Yes.
And they found ways to be able to show who she is. And also the fact that she is the high school goth. I'm sorry, she just is. That's just what she looks like. They literally were like, how do we make her look like this? And they succeeded 100%. I love it.
She always makes me think of Ollie.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. She looks like that, that goth girl, well,
Yeah.
she wasn't goth, but she
She turned
dressed
scene.
all,
She turned
huh?
scene.
She turned scene. There's that fine line
It
that
was
you
weird.
ride at a certain point.
Yeah. To be fair, Mel also rides that line between goth
Yep.
and scene.
Yeah.
I'm glad scene kind of went away.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I think that just makes us old a little bit,
I'm
but
comfortable with that.
yeah, I'm okay. As long as
If it
scene doesn't come back,
exactly.
we can
If it
just
means
leave the scene in 2007.
yeah.
I'd be very happy.
Yeah. It's like grunge. It's the thing that can only happen once.
That's not true. Grunge came back.
It didn't really though. Not really.
I don't know. Did you ever come visit my campus at SDSU?
Yeah, no, those are just people who just didn't feel like showering. So that's not saying. Those are just like worn out college kids.
Same
But
thing.
yeah.
Um,
No.
so yeah, that's why I really like Mel's character design.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go next. Character design that I really like is Ryan from Deadly Device. Just because it, like you said, she clearly is a sassy, eccentric chick who, honestly, her costume kind of makes me think of like a now version of Kaylee from Firefly. It's totally got
Yes.
that
Oh,
it's
she's
the
got that
overall
entire
thing,
personality.
right? That whole yeah, it's great. She's sweet and unassuming, but also terrifying, and and it's all very clear with the second that you see her. And I like that you can get a read on who she is, and it's wonderful. Plus, doesn't she wear like her goggles on her head
She
or something?
does. Because she
It's
drives a motorcycle and everything too.
yeah. But yeah, gotta love a redhead, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's true.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Ryan's design. She's cute. She
She
makes me
is.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to talk about Yumi next from
Also cute.
yes, adorable, but for different reasons.
I was gonna say
So
also cute, also terrifying.
also terrifying. So Yumi from Shadow at the Water's Edge. I love how much personality they were able to fit into just one outfit and one look. Like, it totally makes sense that she'd be into the whole kawaii Lolita scene.
Mm-hmm.
Because just using the whole cuteness as like a weapon,
Mm-hmm.
basically, in an I'm not going to conform. And that's such a huge part of her character of not wanting to, like, conform and own the Ryukon and run it and everything like that. So I just love that they were able to find a cultural way to do that, to make it clear in her design that that's
Yeah.
who she is. And it's just adorable. Like,
Because some of these characters are very well thought out, like Mel and Yumi especially. Like, it's it's this very distinct without being like super annoyingly overt of showing what their personality
yeah,
is without, yeah, it's good. Because there's those people that you see on the street and it's like, I know exactly who you are just by looking at you because you broadcast it.
yeah. I mean, exactly. And in a game, it's very important to do that, especially when you don't have like a whole bunch of backstory on someone.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, obviously we get a lot of backstory with Yumi, but with other characters, there's not a
Yeah.
huge backstory on them. So just being
Heck,
able to broadcast who they are and what they look like is very important.
yeah. Heck, Mel, we don't really get too much of a backstory. Basically, we know that she's a legacy, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
And
she's
so it's
she's a
like,
rich girl in New England. That's all we know.
yep, that's all anybody ever knows about her, and that's the whole thing. She's like, that's all everybody ever knows. I'm the rich legacy girl, and nobody cares about her knowing me any further than that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
So she tries to scare them off.
yeah. But then my next one is kind of the opposite because we've been talking about these people who it's they're clearly broadcasting who they are, and it's but then there's Patrick, my darling sweet Patrick, who is one of those more than meets the eye people, and they worked that very well into his design because it's very clear that you're supposed to think, oh yeah, he's a jock. He's he's I play rugby and I'm a but then you actually talk to him and he's like he's that like little quiet guy who sits in the corner, and so it's like it's this nice like disarming trait for him.
I'm out of crackers.
Do you need to go get yourself crackers,
no,
sister?
I'm out of crackers is what he says.
Oh,
I was literally playing into the character you are talking about.
I know, but you drew me away from the character and you distracted me.
Well, sorry. Yeah. What I really like is that, they do a really good job of giving him, like, the physique and everything of, obviously, he's a rugby player. And they give him, like, functional clothing. Like, he's just wearing cargo shorts and a t-shirt. But, like, they give him enough of how they designed his face and everything. They really put his personality there.
Yes.
And I really like that.
Especially his constant perplexed look of, why are these people talking to me? Just like
Patrick.
You poor socially inept little baby.
I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
In most of the game, especially since everyone wants something out of him, and he's like,
no.
I'm like a
Don't
gorilla.
know what to tell you, man.
And as we've said before, Patrick is definitely that guy, who, like, only shows up on Facebook, like, twice a year. Just changes his profile picture to something like him on a kayak or the foam on a beer, something like that. And you're like, wow, he's still alive. That's really awesome. I'm really glad about that. Don't know what he's up to, but, he was on TV, I guess.
But yeah, so that's why I like Patrick's design.
Yeah. My next one is Ingrid Corey. We've talked about Ingrid before, but as I've put down, she is the most beautiful character they have ever made. I want her to hug me. She looks like she smells nice. She does, though. I don't know. She looks like she's like... there's something about the way they designed her that makes her feel like... There are so many people I've met that are kind of like Ingrid, and she probably has freshly lotioned arms because she pulls up her sleeves, so she probably smells really nice, like tea tree oil.
I was gonna say, maybe sandalwood.
Ooh, yeah, sandalwood.
Yeah.
But then, because she's in the place that she's in, she also looks like she'd smell of sawdust. And that's also comforting, honest.
Yeah.
But I just love that they took a character that's like, I don't know how to describe her anymore on her personality. But she's supposed to be, like, smart and everything. And then they gave her, like, this like, she's beautiful. And she's... kind of not on this earth.
Yeah.
But also down to earth. Yes. She's down to some planet.
Some planet. She's
planet. Not ours.
She's on Ingrid planet.
Planet Ingrid. Planet X. She's on Planet X. That's where she is. Obviously.
Yep. There we go.
But yeah.
My boyfriend won't bring me another drink.
How mean.
I know. So yeah, done with Ingrid?
Yeah, I'm done with Ingrid. It was quick. But,
Well, my next one's probably going to be relatively quick as well.
No, we're like
I know.
On it tonight.
I don't know why.
We're normally so verbose, but tonight we're just like...
It's been a long week, man.
Succinct. Can't say the word.
Succinct. You got it.
Yeah.
You're saying it. It just feels wrong because it's a weird word. My next one is actually going to be pretty quick as well, just because it's Deirdre. I love her. I love everything about her. She's that little feisty creature. She's just...
I love the ribbon in her hair. like the ribbon,
Yes.
like headband.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely. It's
Yeah.
just so adorable. I just like that they made her like she's dressed very much like a very sweet, probably that person who sits at the coffee
Mm-hmm.
shop on campus. That's what she's dressed like. But then in
Yeah.
her face, they give her the very like piercing look.
Yes,
Like
absolutely. Like she's gonna
she
murder you with her mind if
pretty
you do the wrong.
much
They're not my friends. Okay.
exactly. That's just
No, they crossed me. Now they must pay. Just like that's all I can get from her. I
pretty
love it.
much.
But yeah, that's basically it. She's dressed and she looks all sweet, and you get right into her face and you see the bitch,
Yeah.
and it's wonderful. It's just like, oh, look at her. She's a little angry kitten. She's a kitten. Everybody's a kitten with me tonight.
Yeah. It works.
Not everybody, just two of them.
But still, that's enough.
That is enough. Two's enough.
Yeah. Okay. So my next character I love the design of is Tino Balducci
Tino
because
Balducci.
he looks like they did such a good job of making him look like the biggest douche on the planet, like the ultimate douche. He's got the hair. He's got which looks like it literally has like gel in it or pomade.
Yeah.
Probably
Oh,
smells bad too.
hell, it's probably like gel and hairspray.
Ew.
I know that look.
Yeah,
That's how we
exactly.
had to get Brian's hair to stay back during our town.
But like that's he you just kind of smell his hair product. I feel, and like
Yeah.
the 5 o'clock shadow,
Mm-hmm.
and then the leather jacket on top of it all. It's like, this was beautifully crafted douchebag.
Ah, yes, wonderfully crafted douchebag.
It's
Beautiful.
definitely someone where if he got on public transit with me, I would put my bag in the seat next to me. Like that's other than knowing being like, oh gosh, he's gonna ask for my number and tell me about his job. Like that's the look.
Like he would definitely try to make some kind of observation about you. Be like, "Oh yeah, well, I mean, I have to know that in my line of business. I'm a detective." And it's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
okay."
yeah, you're a detective. Uh-huh.
I totally believe that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I thought
No,
I had something else to say about Tino, and
that's pretty much it. It's that they made him look like a douche.
I did.
Very good job making him look like that specific brand of douche.
It's true.
He's a Tino brand of douche.
Yeah. Tino brand douchebags.
Tino brand douche. E. Are you okay, sister?
I'm fine. We're good.
My last one is actually it's Jamila. And actually much like Ingrid, I can't necessarily say like why. It's just she's just so beautifully done. Like I love everything about it. She's so and she's another one of those that's like deceptively pretty. And so like she pulls off the vacant I'm part of a cult uh look, cuz she's just like, "Oh, but the Anunnaki." And so it's like, "Oh, you're so simple." And then she starts actually like letting her guard. It's like, "Oh, no, that was deceptive. She's quick as a whip. Just she's just like snarky and everything, and it's like all masked underneath this pleasant face." She's like, "Oh, do I have to have an opinion
I
about him?"
love that line. It's
That's
the
my
best.
favorite line.
What's your opinion of Dylan? Should I have one?
No. Oh, good. Shit.
I love it.
So many birds and so little words.
Yeah.
Just like, he's not worth my time.
Pretty much.
I love it.
So what do you think, out of all of these, what do you think is like the best thing character design wise? Like, obviously we have a lot of these that are just like really aesthetically pleasing, and then others that are like really big about their character, showing that come through. What do you think is the better thing to do? Aesthetically pleasing ones or ones that really show the character?
Well, in earlier ones, I'd have to say the ones that really show the character, but they've gotten to a point, or they were getting into a point. I don't know if they're continuing or not, but where the character design was both aesthetically pleasing and showed us the character.
Yeah.
Like they hit this real stride. Like everyone in
Thornton Hall.
everyone in Thornton Hall, but everyone in okay, you're not gonna be happy with this. Everyone in Shattered Medallion, you can see who they are by their character design. And yes, I'm including Kiri.
Kiri. It's Kiri.
I always do that. Anyway, including Kiri, who is not a person. They very much make that clear that she's just a blah human being. She's just, I'm here. I'm Kiri. It's just like
she's she's angry about it though. You can tell she's the person who's first in the confession booth in Big Brother.
Yeah, and so in that whole game they make it's a very, very clearly everything is very aesthetically pleasing, as well as you can tell who each character is and what they're like based on their opinion, including, Patrick, whose look is supposed to be deceptive of his personality. So, you can see that Lena, no.
Yes. Lena, that one's Lena.
Lena is high strung, and you can see that by how she does her hair, how she does things to make herself look relaxed, but she's not really. She's she's Annie in Community, which is trying loosey goosey. So she's but yeah, so that's I think they hit that stride for a little bit where it was a nice balance between the two. But prior to that, the ones where they looked pretty, but it didn't belie their personality, didn't really do anything for me. No. So I prefer the personality ones.
Yeah, I think it's when you're going for character design, I think it's very important to not leave personality just to dialogue. Because there's so much you can say with how a person looks that I think it's very important. And I think some of the games had that more than others. I mean, if you look at, I don't know, whatchamacallit, Curse of Blackmore Manor, you look at all those characters and their designs don't really, they don't say anything, they don't mean anything.
Yeah.
And so I think that's some of the earlier games are kind of like that, where it's like, we're just trying to make character models that don't look like shit.
Exactly.
But I feel like some of the earlier ones do really do it, like Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake is very good.
Message in a Haunted Mansion, I feel, is a very good example of them really putting the characters into it, Rose is all, tidy and uptight, and Abby's all, look at me, I'm free-flowing. When
Charlie looks like he has not a thought in his head. Poor simple Charlie.
Poor simple Charlie. And then what's his face is the bad guy.
I don't.
Lewis Chandler.
He's the one with the least amount of personality in his appearance, though.
Yep.
But happens. At least he's not modeled after a real life person.
True. Well, probably.
The character that we didn't bring up that we really should have?
What?
Hotchkiss.
Yes.
Hotchkiss's design is top notch.
It is great.
She literally just looks like someone I had as a professor. Like, she is definitely that She probably misses class because she's in the library sometimes. Misses her own class and has to, like, her TA is the one who has to run the class half the time.
She shows up at the wrong time and it tells everybody else that they showed up at the wrong time.
Yeah. Well, everyone got an F on their quiz because no one showed up. Our class is tomorrow. It's Tuesdays.
Nope. Nope, I was there. You weren't.
Not a single person. I mean, pretty much. And
Yeah,
she just has, and the fact that it's like, oh, that's obviously dyed hair. So she's still like, I want to make sure everyone knows that I'm a redhead.
Yeah.
You know,
I am a redhead.
Our family, basically.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What?
I know,
Are you
right?
crazy?
I know.
Are you trying to tell me that Aunt Pam still dyes her hair?
She
What?
does not. If I was going to pull out the worst character design, let's hear who you think has the worst character design, because I have two in mind, and for different reasons.
You know what are yours?
One of them just disappeared. No, so literally, Jane from Secret of the Old Clock is one of the worst character designs in the entire thing. I think we even brought that up in our characters who we think suck, because her character design is awful. Like, it doesn't make sense. It clashes with the background. It doesn't.
It's horrible.
It just doesn't do anything for me.
She's a cutout from the wrong movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not a good one. And my other one is Pua from Creature of Kapu Cave, because Pua they made her pretty, and then they're like, she is pretty and she is Hawaiian. Check and check.
See, I almost brought her up when it came to character designs, because I was like, I mean, I kind of like her, but then at the same time, it's like, there's also nothing else. And there's also, she's weirdly, like, her head is weird.
I feel like all of the characters in that game are a little weirdly stretched out. Like Pua, Mike, and Dr.
Craven?
No.
Dr. Kim?
Yeah. Their faces are, like, stretched out to the side. And then Dr. Craven is, like, stretched like this. For some reason, all of the faces just look like it's, like, fake skin that's been, like, plastered onto something that wasn't molded quite right for the face skin. It's like putting a silicone mask on, like taking off of one animatronic and trying to put it right on the other. It just sounds horrifying.
That sounds terrifying. Like a bad Five Nights at Freddy's thing.
I was literally, for some reason in my brain, I was in the Hall of the Presidents, Disney World, and just...
That's terrifying.
And then putting on the next one.
Just, let's see.
Who can I make?
Well, Lincoln, sorry. We're going to put your...
on Taft.
That's exactly it, because we stretched more. Yep.
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
Okay, if you could, what character do you think has just questionable character design? Doesn't have to be the worst.
No, yeah. Well, see, and I'm trying to go through this in my brain because, like, I'm like, okay, I shouldn't say, like, the very early ones, because they were trying still.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, trying to disregard those, and
I don't know what you're talking about, though, because the early games, I mean, come on. Look at Stay Tuned for Danger, and look at Millie, the prop lady. That's some good character design. No one else in that game I could even pick out of a lineup.
I could pick out Maddie, because she's got the hair, honestly, more than anything. It's the hair and the eyes.
And Lillian's got, like, the hair, right? It's, like, chopped. It's, like, a severe cut.
Who?
Lillian? The woman with the brown hair? I don't remember who she is. She's someone's agent? Is she... No, is she... Rick Arlen's agent or something? Or his manager? No? You don't remember her at all? Yeah.
But I think the ones that I dislike the most are probably... because I keep trying to think of others, but some of the most offensive are, to me, to my sensibilities, are the Hardy Boys in Creature of Kapu Cave and Bess and George in
Yep. Ransom.
Ransom of the Seven Ships, because they are so upsetting to these characters. They do not represent the characters. It does not represent them.
Really, really doesn't. Especially Creature of Kapu Cave with Fred. I'm not Fred. I was going to say Fred and George. I was reading about Harry Potter before the podcast.
Out.
Frank and Joe.
Frank and Joe are so upsetting.
It's so scary, too.
Joe looks awful. At least Frank looks like a human being.
For the most part. He's just kind of like this all the time.
He's like, yeah.
He's like an excited dog.
What? Whereas, freaking. Okay, well, because like Frank looks like an excited Dalmatian in his facial design, whereas Joe looks
like a Neanderthal.
Well, that, yeah, but I was gonna say like one of those like just ugly English bulldogs, but not the ones that are so ugly that they're cute.
Aw, you're so mean.
I don't care.
How can you be mean to any dog?
I'm not mean to the dogs.
You're mean about
dogs. If I saw an ugly dog,
you...
if I saw an ugly dog, I would love the hell out of that dog.
I just don't understand.
I just don't like it in my human character.
You're being so judgmental about dog breeds right now.
I don't like it in my human characters.
I guess. Whatever.
And then friggin' Bess and George just
that was just me off. It's not like they made like it's just
there
so
are
bad.
3 characters that they have to design in that game.
I know.
And they fucked up 2/3 of them. And even then, the one that they got right, they had a prior design to work with.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I still wish they hadn't have gone the weird, like, brown face route at one point, because he's definitely dirtier when he's doing the Jamaican accent. So, yes. I'm just saying Dwayne Powers is a racist.
This is painful. Well, yes, we know. He did the
accent.
Well, no, I was going to say he was Jeff Akers, remember? But,
I forgot about that crackpot theory, but yes.
How? That's one of my favorites. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we feel about character designs, you guys.
That's our rant about character designs. If you guys have differing opinions, that's, I mean, I guess I could let that slide. I will allow you to have differing opinions, but you should tell them to us in the form of text on the internet and directed at one of our many places that we exist upon.
Upon which we exist.
I don't care. So you can contact us on Twitter, Tumblr, our SoundCloud, our YouTube. And as a reminder,
you can now...
No, you don't give people my cell phone number.
Too late.
No. Like I was saying, remember that you can now subscribe to our Twitch, which means that you can have access to our custom emote, which is a cute little wine glass that you guys can tell us to drink when we're not drinking. You also can shower us with coins by cheering bits at us. It's like throwing pennies all up in the air. Just
but
making
less
it rain.
Painful.
Yes, a lot less painful. So yeah, I am Marisa.
And I am a poorly designed Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters, and we're asking you guys to stay sleuthy.